I call the member for Bowman.
Deputy Speaker, and I rise to strongly support the establishment of a process to assist those who are injured overseas due to terrorism acts, and also point out that the Leader of the Opposition has opened this debate tonight in an effort to gain bipartisan support for what I think is a very important addition to the support that is currently available. Now, I want to acknowledge at the start of this debate the families of those who have been injured, have been wounded and have been disabled due to calamitous and unforeseen, unpredictable and terrible events such as the bombings in London and in New York and in Southeast Asia. And there is not a single person in this chamber that would not wish for them to have the finest medical care available. That's not what the debate is about tonight. But nor is it an opportunity to criticise the health system that we have and say that it is insufficient. What this debate focuses on explicitly are the unique nature of these events, the fact that Australia is involved in an asymmetric war and one that will take long-term dedication to win, and that for those who are caught up in it, be they overseas in a range of destinations far from home, that they know that they have our full support. It is not enough to simply say the wheels are in motion, the services are available, because to the speakers from the government side, you only need to look into the eyes of people who have experienced such horror to know that I never want to see them walking around soccer clubs selling meat trays, and I don't want to see them begging to be placed onto waiting lists. I don't want to see them struggling to get health services, recovery and rehabilitative services that no one in this room could disagree are well deserved. Now, let's remember the context here. We are a nation standing shoulder to shoulder with other Western economies determined to win this fight. And the best way that we can do that is by saying that no matter where you fall, no matter where you are struck down, in this unique war against terrorism, we will be behind you. And as has already been said on this side of the chamber already, if these wheels are in motion and the plans are in place and the bureaucrats are busy scribing away with plans to help people like this, then please just bring them forward and show them. This was not an opportunity to criticise nor to undermine. It was simply a chance to say, let's move right now. Let's not go to the past and say, why didn't it happen last year or the year before? Not a chance for the member for Blair over here to read out an almost legalistic defence. I mean, every time it seems that he's presented with words for the Prime Minister's office to read out, objecting to what I think is a completely meritorious proposition, an almost legalistic opposition to a bill that I think is grounded in all the right reasons and grounded in the belief that we should do something for families like this if we possibly can. It's been pointed out by my previous speaker, this is not a large sum of money. It's not about the money. No one could possibly say that. But nor should it be about a pernickety nickel and diming of this effort to look after Australians who are injured overseas. Now, the line has to be drawn somewhere. That's how public life is. And what the case that we have made on this side is that it's not about where one falls or where one is injured, but it is the unique nature of a terrorism act that no matter where it occurs, whether it occurs on our shores or overseas, that this government will support those people affected and their next of kin. Now, the bill itself was intentionally broad enough to allow for those provisions to be further negotiated through regulation. And it's a shame that that's been misread as being vague or non-specific. And if I listened to the member for Newcastle's speech, I was certain that, had you not put that punchline in that you weren't going to support it, that you deep in your heart can see that this bill is a genuinely important advance for families who are affected by such unforeseen events as this. Government, late at night, had a chance to stand with us, both sides of the chamber, and make an important, small, but truly, truly valuable advance for people who are affected in situations like this. It appears that that chance is being passed over. And to me, that's a great shame. I think we are a nation that could say we will do everything we can for people caught in the situation of a vile and detested terrorist act. We stand shoulder to shoulder in our abhorrence of the act, and yet it seems that we cannot get bipartisan agreement to support what I think is such a meritorious, simple proposition, that there is that financial assistance there to pay for the rehabilitation, to ensure that services can be accessed, to make sure that there is, in many ranges of financial positions, the ability to be able to help your own family members in a case of an overseas terrorism act.